are using ZELLO for this purpose. Let me put it this way.
You want the ones for over there?
No, I'll walk over. I'll get them when I'm over there. I don't want to walk over there. And you mean walk with them? Just go? I could do that. I mean, if you... Hold on. Yeah. Whatever's easiest. Yeah, no, I don't need the ride. It's light enough.
I didn't know if you wanted to climb in and out of the van. That's
No, it's easier. Just start from there. Yeah. All right, so like I say, Venezuela is one of the largest citizens network in the world. Welland has about 55,000 where I live. Let's see. Niagara Falls has probably about double that. And St. Catharines, I'm not sure. They probably have about 100 and something thousand too. So it's totally feasible. ZELLO is a free app. Absolutely free. You don't have to pay any time for it. You don't have to pay to use it. It uses very, very little of your data. And the implications, the practical applications for this app are endless. And I'll give you a couple of them. Live-ins, shut-ins, elderly, people that, for example, have a hard time dialing a number due to arthritis, but they got no problem squeezing a lever on the side of their handheld unit, or just squeezing the volume down button, I'll explain later, on their phone, or to just pushing the button on screen. Instant communications. Nobody's more than an instant radio call away, and basically it completely negates the need for text messaging and even voice messaging and stuff like that. Totally negates the need for it. Here's another scenario. Imagine, because I had basically initially thought of doing my own just the one city and breaking it up into zones. So, for example, citizen A lives in this neighborhood, which is in zone 3 of the Welland Free Network. And as more and more people signed up, they'd go onto the channels of the network that were dedicated to their zones. And the idea I had behind this was, my mom is coming home from bingo. She's going through 2 different zones to get to her own zone. By telling her intentions and saying, I'm on my way home from, I'll be going through down this way, people who are on the network are, one, monitoring her, monitoring the channel in case she needs help, in case she's being harassed or hurt. And the response time for, say, a neighbor who's right outside to hear her cries on the network or a channel. Did I put one in the other one? Yeah, that's what I did. So when she puts out a call for help, for example, she's fallen off her bike, she's lost, she's got somebody following her. In that case, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that are within 5 minutes or less are within her radius, and she has instant help. Whereas the police would take 2 hours to get there. And they'd probably even just tell you to come and fill a report. Since there was no actual victim and blah, 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 blah. Don't get me wrong, they do help, but they are responders. They don't stop crime before it happens. So they basically respond. So anyway, that's another scenario. There's countless scenarios though where if you had a radio and you had the access to, on average, like I say, even with 55,000 people in Welland, if 2/3 of them were on this network, that would be an incredible amount of coverage and an incredible amount of safety. Imagine if somebody was breaking into your home and instead of calling the police, I mean call the police of course, instead of calling the police you put out a radio call and instantly 6, 7, 8 of your neighbors are there right away. That's a hell of a lot better than 2 hours wait, and they might not even show if there's no actual person there. Hey, let me see your lighter for 1 sec real quick. I had to put it out because some lady was looking at me and I got all scared. I ran off.
Right here, work your way down number 76, which is your second to last one as a skip.
Thanks. Second last one, 76, right?
Yeah, you stay there, work your way down. Yeah, 76.
What about 29? All right. Okay, so that's 2 scenarios, 3 scenarios. 3 scenarios. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not telling everybody that this would be a city crime-free, but it sure would be a lot less crimey if somebody who was breaking into cars, for example, suddenly had 5, 6 residents of the neighborhood out there filming them with cameras, with their phones, cell phones. They're not going to attack these citizens because there's 6 or 7 of them. What is he going to do? Beat up 6 citizens? Neighborhoods are going to be safer because they're going to be more connected. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody has a handle. Everybody has a call sign. Everybody knows everybody. The only people that wouldn't be interested in, or shouldn't be interested in signing up for, not signing, but you know what I mean, joining a network like this, the only people who shouldn't want a network like this are criminals, are the people that are out breaking into cars and breaking into houses and robbing places. They don't want the citizens to be connected. Police who are maybe a little heavy-handed in situations and certainly don't want to be filmed doing bad things. Definitely they won't want the citizens connected. Any neighborhood problems generally could be assuaged if the neighborhoods were banding together, and whenever something happened, a big house party, for example, where neighbors are totally disrespecting others at 12, 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4 at night, and suddenly there's 7 citizens all filming them. Things like that. But there's also tons of daytime uses for these, for ZELLO and the network. For example, businesses. Instead of calling in a business, businesses could sign up, join under their business name. So businesses could take orders, they could answer inquiries, they could under their own channel name. Let's see, taxi cab dispatch, you could call in for a taxi. Anything that, even texting and talking to your friends is now instant. At the touch of a button, you're instantly talking to them. You don't have to call them, you don't have to, it's just like a like a super walkie-talkie. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's an amazing app. Niagara Free Network on ZELLO. It takes 5 minutes to sign up, literally to sign up. And let me make a quick point on when choosing a username. People will notice that mine I use is the one I use is my name, Dwayne Scriven 01, or I'll use a mobile one while I'm actually mobile. But that's not everyone. You don't have to. But think of it like this: would you rather have a respectable name, like for example your name and the birth year that you were born? So for example, mine would be my name's Dwayne Scriven, so my call sign would be Delta Sierra 71, and that indicates my name. My call sign is my name initials. I just think it sounds a lot more professional than, for example, Big Booty 236. Do you know what I mean? Or MILF Hunter 648. Do you know what I mean? It just, you want a call sign that you're not going to be ashamed. Skip! You want a call sign that you're not going to be ashamed of your boss calling you over the air. All of my channels are public, meaning you could even go to zello.com/channels/ and then you put the username or the network name, and you can actually listen publicly to what we chat about, talk about on the network before you join. But ZELLO alone is an incredible app. Families can create family networks where, for example, 4 or 5 family members are all on a network that they create, a channel that they create. So for example, they'd have the Smith family channel, and all 4 members would be on it. It's a private channel, but all 4 members of the Smith family are instantly communicable with other family members. They can also add another channel to that, which is Friends channel. So Smith family Friends channel, where other members of not the Smith family can log in, be on there during, say, camping trips or outings or whatever you want. The app also enables you to send your location as well. So for example, a parent could say, Johnny, I want you to send me your location and I'll come and get you. And it just sends it directly to the other ZELLO user. That's just family. There's also applications you can use it for in business, where each division is connected. The arts division, the PR division is connected. The management is connected on a channel. The dock workers are on a channel. There's no need for infrastructure to cost anything either, because the app's free. Thanks. Let's see, business, nursing homes, hospitals, all of these places could use ZELLO. Be aware though, if you are using it for a business app, for example for a business, you might actually be more suited to actually using their premium service of the app, which caters to more specifically to business, like I was just mentioning, for example, management, dock working, PR, all of that, right? So there is a difference. What I'm running is a recreational network, meaning that people can just use it for fun, use it to stay in touch, use it to stay in touch with community events, community actions, community emergencies, that kind of thing as well. It's an endless, the applications are endless for what it can be used. Here's a subject that I'm going to touch on real quick, is that, hi guys, is that Not often, but we all know. Good morning. Not often, but often enough that it does make the web and that there are hundreds of videos on it. But police do overstep their bounds, and an officer is much more likely to not mistreat you if 4 or 5 or 6 citizens are suddenly on the scene filming the interaction, which they are well within their rights to, as long as they're keeping their distance. Police misconduct, since the advent of phones and people reporting and filming police misconduct, has definitely gone down because of the direct application of video cameras in people's hands. Definitely makes a difference. Auditors, of course, can attest to this, as they've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times. I've seen it myself personally hundreds and hundreds of times through all the videos that I've watched of First Amendment auditors. There's always also, besides the auditors themselves who do the constitutional stuff, there's also people that do the Fourth Amendment, the open right to carry in certain states and things like that. So there's definitely the need for cameras in the hands of citizens, definitely. And the way to do that is to network people, to have a safer community and to have a safer city against all forms of tyranny. For example, government or police, is definitely to have communication amongst the citizenry, and also have cameras that are keeping government accountable. But I'm not getting into that. I'm not really super big on that here in Canada. Thank goodness, for the most part, generally, our cops are somewhat okay. I say somewhat because, like any police force, there's corruption. In the Niagara Regional Police Force, there sadly is enough corruption that they can't even stop shooting themselves, each other. Never mind corrupt cops killing citizens. They can't even stop themselves from shooting at each other. We just had a recent incident a couple years ago where 2 cops got into an argument at the side of a road in the course of an investigation, and one of them apparently was quite the roid monster. Everyone saw it coming, and sure enough, eventually one day in the course of an argument, he wouldn't let his ego stop him, and they got into a gunfight with a fellow officer. So, I mean, this is the kind of society we live in. Just to go back to, why do I wear body armor? Because in the States, you're 9 times more likely to be killed by a cop than you are by a terrorist. And here in Canada, that number is probably less, but still, cops are very trigger happy, and they don't mind killing innocent people. They in fact, I think a lot of them, they love killing innocents. Well, not just innocents, they just love to kill. When an innocent gets killed, sadly, their qualified immunity protects them, and they can say, oh, I feared for my life and this and that. And even though they had 7 different non-lethal ways to stop them, they immediately reached for their gun and they just shot him. Shot a guy 9 times. Like, does it really take 9 times to kill someone? Shots, but anyway, that's another topic, another issue. So that's why I wear that. Hey, you got it. That's one of the reasons I wear it. Another reasons is, like I said before, crime, even gun crime, however rare, does happen. It does happen, and there's no denying it. To think that it doesn't, you're either being naive or you're just not in touch with reality. All right, what's next? So, besides the security aspect now, We also have, let's see, let's put out a scenario where, for example, an Amber Alert style, a child goes missing. And on the broadcast channel, we've put that out, that a child's gone missing in what area, and instantly, there's no time lapse between, there's no waiting period. You don't have to wait 24 hours before he's declared missing. You put out a broadcast on the channel, and instantly, because we have 2/3 of, maybe even more, or 3/4 of the population are linked, you have instant communication with the whole network and the whole neighborhood, and indeed the whole city. It's heartbreaking how long the delay between the initial report of somebody being missing and then the time that authorities act, and it's not anybody's fault. That's just bureaucracy and the way they have to do that. But with my network system, there'd be no delay, and that's just, for example, for missing people. Anything. The applications are endless. Missing animals. Missing children, missing animals, missing adults, elderly that wander off, the challenged, mentally challenged, wandering off and getting lost and whatnot. They'd be a lot more locatable if everybody was network bound. It really is about community. It's about keeping locals connected for the protection of locals. This network I've set up is for you guys, for the people. I'm eventually, right now, I'm just doing word of mouth, and it's mainly my friends that are using this network. But eventually, I'd like to see, when I get a little bit of money, I'm going to put a couple of ads in all of the local papers, Welland, Niagara Falls, a big ad with a short write-up. I'm going to actually do a video dedicated to explaining this, like what I'm talking about, in a lot more detail. Hang on a sec. I felt something tear a little bit, but I'm okay. It was one of those like deep tearings, and it wasn't a big tear. It was just like a little, and I definitely felt something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm feeling good. We're doing good.
We're almost done now. 65 left between the two of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Piece of cake time.
I really was teasing you. Don't take it to heart. I don't mind helping you, but it would be nice if we could find a replacement that could help. You know, a little more. I'm getting a slug of coffee. Oh.
Not your dog, I'm guessing. Oh. Stay here, work your way down the one that has.
Got it. I put up a camera with a little sign that says you're on camera. We'll post it. Yeah. Say hello to YouTube. Wow, look at that, eh? Wow, that is incredible, sir. That's a Jeep conversion, eh?
Actually a production car.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's called the Jeep Stir.
That is incredible.
After World War II, they came up with that design to appeal to all the guys coming
The
up
Wiley's
war.
Jeep lovers.
Yeah.
Ah, very amazing. It's something. Sorry about your lawn. So we've covered some serious situations, and we've covered some more innocuous situations. Even, for example, things like this. As me as a deliverer, I'd be on my network channel, and someone radios me right now and says, hey, it's 2:30, whatever house this is, no flyer today, thanks. And I instantly know not to put a flyer in, right? Or a paper. So even as little things like that would be, this network would be amazing. Do some research into it. I'd stress upon you. The ZELLO app isn't new. It's been around for about close to 10 years now, I believe. And they've done more than just be a two-way radio app. ZELLO as an app was involved in three of the last major hurricanes in the States, 3 or 4. They've also been instrumental in naval and disaster coordination and relief efforts. Volunteer networks have been used. They've been used privately by hundreds and hundreds of businesses. It's not a small app. I mean, it's a huge thing. And the fact of the matter is right now it's free for everybody. It's free to use, free to have your friends on, free to do what I've done. Make a network, an actual network comprising of 16 channels. Once I get advertising and get word of mouth. Oh, I didn't mention this. I've actually got a contest channel on there too. And once we get over 2,000 subscribers to the network, I'm going to start giving away free products. So it might be something as simple as laptops, it might be cell phones, it might be computer systems. There's any number of things that it might actually be, and we'll give them away free. Once a month, you listen to the contest channel, and once a month we give out a free object. It might be an event ticket. It might be, like I say, a laptop, a tablet, a guitar. It might be tickets to a local event coming up. It might be, and later on, businesses can actually get in on this by sponsoring the network for advertising. We'll actually, this network giveaway is sponsored by Big Al's Burgers. Visit Big Al's over on so-and-so in St. Catharines. Big Al's, right? Something like that. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. The contest channel is going to be a lot of fun. These items are going to be, like I say, they're not going to be new, a lot of them, but they are going to be like stuff that I'd be able to pick up, because I'm going to be putting